away, take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Giving we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah.
Good morning. So, first day back to reality, really. Everyone is at school. Well, I'm waking up to take Lila to school. It's cold, but I had. Still getting to me a little bit. I'm hoping, because this weekend we came back inconclusive. I don't have COVID. Or I didn't have COVID. And now the long-term effects of COVID. I'll speak to you in the car because I need to walk and I can't breathe and talk.
1 week later.
You're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you.
Good morning. I'm showing you very limited of it because I still haven't had a chance to get it back into order this since the holidays, which is a little frustrating on my part, I'm not gonna lie. Because normally by now I have, but because of appointments, etc., they've all fallen in the last couple of weeks and I just haven't had a chance. So between taking him to school and getting stuff done, getting these appointments sorted, it's just not been possible. So yeah, interesting few days, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I say a few days, few weeks. I've taken about 2 weeks off completely from filming, considering filming, all of it.
Approximately 10 hours later.
No, dolls! Where did you learn to do that? Dodos! Where did you learn to do that?
The next morning.
Okay, so sorry, I know the audio isn't great and I don't have the mic, but I left that at Dad's down the hill. So I was going to film more this morning, but it has been hectic as hell. lots of back and forth. We were supposed to get Dad's car in the garage, but it wouldn't start because of the cold, so now I can't go until Monday, which now makes Monday even busier, and I'm really stressed. Today was possibly the last day of school of the week for little one because he has a wheelchair appointment tomorrow. So, if you're new, if you subscribed over Christmas, you might not know that little one is autistic and has sensory needs. He also has something called Klinefelter's syndrome, mosaic Klinefelter's syndrome, which has given him multiple other issues. But the reason he actually has the wheelchair is not because he can't walk, it's actually that he gets overloaded and mentally tired, and also he has no sense of danger, so he would walk into the road without any thought, even with a car driving directly at him. And that's not because he wants to get hurt or anything, it's just he has those blinkers, he doesn't realize. So while he can have days where he's really, really nervous of the road, majority of the time he doesn't. So when we're near main roads and things like that, he does get in the chair. It's also better for school because they can get him from A to B without knowing he's going to run off. He does walk with them, but we're building that trust of walking in new places, strange places with them at that point. So we need the wheelchair. It needs updating because it's clicking a lot. I think you probably heard it when we were walking around over Vlogmas. The chair's started to click and it's the front wheel, so we want to get that sorted. And the nearest appointment they had over Christmas was this appointment on Friday, so tomorrow, and we took it because obviously we want to make sure he's getting everything, all the support, aids and things like that he can get. So I am now actually checking my emails, replying back to a few people and those sort of things, and then I'm gonna try and get some more stuff done. I need to sort this room out as well, but I'm worried because I don't have much more time that it's going to have to be a next week job, which sucks a little bit, but it is what it is. But I might still see if I can get some of it done, because it's always nice, you know, to get as much as you can done. We might leave early and actually get a George's chips and curry sauce because, you know, why not treat yourself?
Several days later.
Okay, so last time we spoke, I said I was going to speak to you guys after I took little one to school. Honestly, that just didn't happen. I'm really sorry. This vlog is so jumpy. And I will be really honest, there are several clips, last several clips, including this one, have been over the last 2-ish weeks of January. It hasn't actually been too bad, it's been pretty good, but we've had ups and downs, and everything has just happened to fall right on top of each other, which is just one of those things. One of those things being I had to get an eyeglasses test, and actually my prescription has changed, it's got better, so I had to get new glasses. I actually bought these and a pair of sunnies to drive in. Everything, as I said, just fell on top of each other. So Dad's car needed MOTing and fixing and all those things, and then little one going back to school and having his own appointments, having his community support worker need to come out, and Mum's medical appointments, and just everything kept falling on top of each other. And we still have things that need to get done this week, but I really want to get back into the swing of vlogging. I always find actually after Vlogmas and taking that break that it's actually really difficult to get back in the swing. So a part of me wonders if I should just vlog and then edit them and get them uploaded, but then schedule them for later so that you're still seeing all that content without putting pressure on myself. Maybe that's something we can consider for next year. But I do know that I promised you like 2 weeks ago to talk about what I'm thinking for like New Year's resolutions and just what I'm hoping 2024 is going to bring it moving forward. And unlike I think the rest of the world, I fully agree that this year we already have kind of a thriving, not surviving sort of mentality as a world, but I also know that there's going to be ups and downs, there's going to be some negative moments, and I'm ready to handle those to the best of my ability when they happen. We've certainly had a couple of moments of frustration, and I've done pretty good at staying calm and staying myself in those moments. In the past, I probably would have let them get to me. And I want to keep it that way, knowing that the bad moments are going to happen and that is perfectly okay, but they don't define me. Because in 2023 it did feel like all the bad was starting to define me, and I was starting to feel disconnected from my extended family and my friends, well, some of my friends, which I don't want this year. So that, I guess, leads into my first kind of task for this year, which is to be more open with my extended family. I'm pretty good with my parents, more so my dad than anyone, and my friends when I'm really not coping, but the move certainly showed me that I don't communicate or handle myself well when I am struggling and I feel pressure. And my grandmother did end up with a moment of that, which we all agree was some more her fault, because she'd already had a conversation with my dad where he'd said, hey, I will talk to you, but I'm currently doing something, so you need to wait for me to contact you. And instead of respecting that boundary, she pushed it. And I get why. I fully get that she was struggling in that moment and she needed her own clarity, but that is actually something I'd like to work on for both me and dad, reaching a point where no matter who you are, if you cross that boundary, we tell you that, and then we take a step back and say, hey, limited contact for a little bit because I need to process. Not because anyone in the family is a bad person, but I think me and my dad have been the black sheeps, the odd ones out for a while. We are more creative than we are academic, and it does make us obviously different at times. We got my dad a art kit for Christmas, so I'm hoping to get some pictures and have him draw those, and maybe we can give them to the grandparents, who are separate entities, so they have something of dad's, and maybe seeing what he can produce will help them understand how his brain works maybe a little bit, and leave the opportunity for a bridge to be made. The other thing is, and obviously boundaries is not just with extended family, I mean with everybody. I'm not very good at setting a boundary and keeping to it, particularly if I think letting that person cross my boundary, or myself crossing it and making myself extremely uncomfortable, will help somebody else. I'm pretty bad at that, and I know I get that off my dad. So yeah, as I said, we are hoping to make sure that when we set a boundary with somebody, it is respected and maintained, and that leads to more open communication, which also leads into my next one of, again, because of the moment I had with my grandmother, realizing that actually, while there is obvious trust there, it is not to a level that I think most people have with their grandparents. And I do appreciate that comes from what I've seen with her and my dad in particular, and I do see a disconnect in trust there. So yeah, I think working on that, which comes again leading back to that first point of more open communication, being sterner with myself in the sense of what I am willing to take and share and let her or anybody have from me, and we will figure that out. When it comes to sort of personal goals, I would like to get back into shape. I did start that last year, but honestly I do know things just got crazy and I never got around to continuing to work out, even though I should. So as I am paying for a gym membership, I would like to, over the next kind of couple of weeks, start to get back into that and start going to the gym 2 to 3 times a week. I may let myself start for a month going once a week and just building up from there, but we will see what happens, because I appreciate that we say one thing and something different happens, so you do never know what's going to happen. I found very quickly when I said I was only going once a week, I ended up going multiple times in a week very quickly, because I enjoy the gym and it is good for my mental health. That's another personal goal, is to have at least one day a week where I focus on my mental health, whether that be self-care and doing something for me, whether that be pampering myself, giving myself a fake tan, journaling, possibly getting a therapist. One day a week, even if it's just an hour in the beginning, to really turn inwards and check in with myself and know where I am, because if I'm centered and I know how I am and where my head is at, then I'm able to be more present with everybody else. Dating, I would like to put myself out there a little bit more than I have been. I am certainly at the point, I turned 29 this May, where I am ready to consider parenting and dating. I would like to be dating and with somebody for that journey, but I'm also not opposed to figuring out the possibility of solo parenting, because having kids has been something I have always wanted. Whether that happens, I obviously don't know. That again comes from the relationship I have with my dad, and I see the potential for myself to be an incredible mother, but I also see the potential for my dad to be an amazing grandparent, one that will always be there and will turn up to everything, and he deserves that chance if I can give it to him. And obviously I may not ever biologically have kids, and if that ends up being the cards I'm dealt, that's okay too. And I would also be willing to consider adoption and fostering and those things. So I am certainly starting looking at all of those options. And I guess that kind of leads into content, because if all those things happen and, you know, the best of everything happens, obviously content would change. And so I'm hoping to post at least one vlog a week and maybe 2 sit down style videos every 2 weeks, so like twice a month, because I just think that's manageable for me. So what I'm thinking is probably a Sunday would be vlog day. Now I may come up with the fact that as I'm vlogging during the week, I find the vlog is stupidly long, and so I split into 2. If that does end up happening, I will let you guys know, probably over on my Instagram. All my social medias will be on the screen and linked down below. So yeah, I'm going to say usual upload time, so the around 7 o'clock ish time. The sit down videos will then be on a Wednesday every other week. I just know that that gives me a chance to take a breather and create content that I hope you will enjoy, that I will enjoy making and making the best. And it will also give me that cushion to make it the best for you guys, because I do feel like by the end of this last year, right before Vlogmas, my content kind of came to a little bit of a stale stalemate, and I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. So I don't want that to happen again. If you do have any content you want to see from me, this is the perfect chance to tell me by leaving it in the comments down below. I am on TikTok. As for that, I think I'm just going to continue to use it as a place to be goofy, and if that builds a audience, wonderful. If you don't follow me and you want to follow me over there, as I said, everything is on the screen and linked down below. Please do. That is probably where you'll see goofy videos of me doing weird challenges or trying the AI filters, things like that. Certainly a lot more of a behind the scenes style view. Instagram, I would like to post a couple times a week. I will continue with the Monday Q&As, and I will try and post one normal post and a reel once or twice a week, and then I will also try and be on my stories at least 3 times a week, because I would like to also have that connection with you guys, because obviously I tell you my socials and I am over there, and I want to connect with you here and on Instagram better this year. And that is really all the goals I have. I have no set subscriber count or anything. It would be lovely to hit like 1,000 subscribers or 500 subscribers, but I'm not going to put that pressure on me or you guys, because I've seen people do that, and I certainly have seen the shift in content when creators are focused on passing a goal, and that's not what I want. So we are going to let things happen and develop as they naturally will, and you're just going to continue going on this journey with me for as long as you want. That being said, I've just given myself really bad pins and needles. Right, okay, so these are all the clothes. I have a nice big basket's worth of clothing that I just no longer wear, and so I am going to donate them. That's the other thing. I want to make sure that my wardrobe is lots of clothes that I wear and I'm getting use out of, and if I'm not, then they're going to somebody who can get use out of them and needs them. And I'm just trying not to spend too much this year, which has been going so far, honestly. Partly because me and Dad haven't really been eating out due to us just eating better. We have a food delivery service that comes once a week, which is supposed to be 2 portions and feeds us for a good couple of days. Actually, it can last us a full week with leftovers, which has been nice. As for spending in general, I have treated myself here and there, but mainly I've restocked us with the supplies that we've needed, because we weren't able to get them during the move, and then Christmas hit. So yeah, money wise, no real goals there other than to be more conscious of why I'm buying something. Am I buying it because I want it, or because I'm trying to fill like a gap, or I'm trying to make myself feel better over a situation or something. Okay, that's the clothes done. Let me put these away and maybe we'll chat some more. Maybe we won't, we'll see. But I have rambled for 20 minutes. Impressive. I do also need to have some food. Oh, the delivery service that I just mentioned is HelloFresh. I do have a code which I will leave linked down below if you want to check it out. While it is probably a little bit on the expensive side, honestly, if you probably like a half size adult portion, it is worth it, and they have such a wide range of things you can pick from, and we have really enjoyed everything we've had so far. And as I said, it lasts us a full week, which is great, and
it certainly means me and Dad are eating better, slightly healthier, and we're not naturally just ordering takeaway because we don't have anything in our fridge or we can't be bothered to cook something. Time to actually not be lazy and put the pallet goods away.